After a two-day conference in Belarus dedicated to exploring African markets, the Belarus Development Bank and the African Export-Import Bank, better known as Afrex-imbank, signed a historical $800 million trade and investment agreement today. The idea is to facilitate trade and investment respectively between their African and Belarusian clients. Dr. Hyppolyte Fofack, who's the Chief Economist at Afrex-imbank, shares his views on this much-expected collaboration.
This is the first time that we are bringing African and Belarusian together to explore investment opportunities. And as we said earlier, as the President said earlier, it was an eye-opener. And we've tended to shift east without exploring all the prospects that we could actually get in terms of opportunities. It turns out that Belarus may actually have exactly what we need to transform our continent at this critical juncture. As we explore prospects for structural transformations, this tiny little country is so well endowed in terms of equipment, in terms of capital goods, of high quality and at affordable price, which is wonderful combinations. We just had a meeting with the leaders of the country who said they are prepared to also invest in human resources, to also invest in maintenance, so that the capital good acquired are actually given long life shelves. We just met with the leader of the country, and you heard the presentations, that they are not really interested in importing raw material into this country. They are in the business of helping African country add value within the continent, which is not something we've heard very often. And as you know, it's an embarrassment, it's an aberration that the continent with 60% of remaining arable land is spending more than $35 billion every year to import food. And we hope that with their expertise in that particular area, Belarus is a net exporter of food to the rest of the world. We will begin to close that gap in a way that helps us save on foreign reserve. Save on foreign reserve because the balance of payment crisis associated with our balance of payment, structural in deficit, is what has been leading us toward the IMF and the World Bank on a recurrent basis.